another example, in our weight loss market, the very first funnel we built out, and if you guys have this book, I share this whole story in the opening article. But it kind of shows our thing. So we had an offer called Body Evolution, and we did the first test. We spent $5,000 in, we bought a $5,000 drop, because I was like really confident, like, oh, this is going to work awesome. I broke some rules. I did a horrible job of modeling another offer. Our front-end offer did not work, but I didn't know that at first. We bought this whole thing. We sent the email out. We're waiting. Within a day, we looked at it, and like we hadn't even got close to break even. I'm like, oh. An email, we like usually will know within a couple hours, within like a day if it's going to work or not. Within like the end of the first day, I'm like, we weren't even close. So by the second day, you get some trickle through. By the third day, it was dead. I'm like, oh, that sucked. But what's awesome, and that's the best thing about this whole business we're in, you guys, this whole direct response business, what's cool is if you look in here, I mapped out, I said, okay, here was our process, right? Here was our offer. Here was our funnel. I want to see if you guys, how fast you guys can see where the issue was, okay? So we drove everybody through a squeeze page. And the conversion on the squeeze page was 38%. Okay? Then from there, we took them to our initial offer. I think it was $47. And our conversion was 0.76%. Okay? Then from there, we took them to OTO number 1, which I can't remember the price point on. So our first upsell, OTO stands for one-time offer. So our first one-time offer, we got 25% conversion. Our second offer, we got 19% conversion. And our third offer, we got 16% conversion. We sent the email out. I was all frustrated. I was like, this sucks. I hate being in the biz ops or the weight loss space. It doesn't work. This internet marketing thing's a big scam. I'm out, right? That's what most people do. Like, it drives me crazy. Or else I bought an ad and it didn't work. You're a scam artist. Like, serious? And so for a couple of days, I was just upset. I'm like, this didn't even work. I was just frustrated. And then I thought, I'm going to step back and see what happened. We stepped back. We looked at the numbers, looked at that. Is there anything blaringly obvious to anybody besides me? This did awesome. This did awesome. This did awesome. This did awesome. That sucked. If that was it, there was one piece in the middle that was broken. I don't have to touch any of these or that. Everything else worked. But this little piece right here, it didn't work. So all I got to do is fix that. We tweak that, we fix that, it opens up the floodgates, right? And so the new version that we're rolling out next week is this. Okay? I looked at this. Our initial, the offer on this, it was very much like how to, and I would think at this point in my career, I would be pretty good at like not screwing this up, but the whole offer was like how to lose weight by like improving your mindset. Horrible offer. If anyone's thinking about doing that, don't do that. You can sell it on the back end like I talked about, but that's not a good front end offer. Front end, you need the fad, exciting, cool thing, okay? Skinny bean diet. Here's how to drink chocolate and lose tons of weight. Like something like that that's sexy on the front end. And I don't know the numbers yet, but I guarantee it's going to be higher than this, okay? So if I get this to 3% or 5%, at 5%, this funnel makes me $1 million a year, okay? And so it's just fixing that piece, trying it out again, and see what happens. That makes sense, you guys? So that's why I love this game, because that's what it is. You create this funnel the best you possibly can. You buy some ads, and you look at it, and it either works out of the gate, you break even, you're like, awesome, break even, what can we do now to sell people on the back end? Or it doesn't work, you look at it, and you're like, what sucked about this? And if you can find and identify it, then you just tweak that, try again, and within 2 or 3 tries, usually we get it right, okay? And so hopefully that'll give you guys some encouragement. If you're in this process and something hasn't worked yet, if it doesn't work, it doesn't mean it's dead. It means there's something broken, but you just got to find that little piece. And as soon as you get that to work, everything else can start working for you. So this question was before ClickFunnels, what do you use to track every one of these pages? We were really unsophisticated. All we did is we looked at how many clicks we got. So in our click account, we got 1,000 clicks, let's say. How many opt-ins I got? I got 380 opt-ins. How many people bought that? One dude bought that. How many people bought this? Whatever that is. And I just looked at it. Like, it wasn't like some fancy. There's no like super good software that's just like, here's the whole thing. ClickFunnels will do that now. But before, it's just kind of like piecing it together. That's why it wasn't like I looked instantly. It was like a week later, I'm like, all right, what's wrong? Oh, cool. And I got so excited when I realized what was wrong. Okay. The other thing, this is a side note from a testing standpoint, which is kind of cool, is when we sent these emails out, and this is the same on banner ads and stuff like that, like, just changing like your headline on your banner ad or the subject line of your email can change the whole campaign as well. So when Brent bought the solo ad for this, he said, what headlines do you want to test? And again, all these tests are in the split test book. But we put different headlines in. Like one of them was, it's not your fault. They're trying to make you, or they're making you fat or something like that, conspiracy theory based. And a couple other ones. And one of the headlines I threw in just almost like a joke. We put in 4 headlines. One of them was, Carrie's dirty little weight loss secret, okay? And anyway, we'd send the email out, and what was interesting is that email, the first email that gets subject line, let's say the email goes out to 100,000 people. Person number one gets headline number one, number two, and it rotates through and it starts over, right? So when all said and done, 250,000 or 200, whatever, a fourth of all those people got a different headline. And then we looked at the stats, and we found out that, so here's the email back here. Look at the stats, that it was like the four different headlines. One of the headlines had like 6 times more clicks than the other ones. 6 times more clicks. And so I looked at that, I was like, man, if that headline went to every email, we would have got an extra 2,000 clicks for free that we didn't get because the headline didn't capture people's attention. So the second email we sent out, we just used that, which increased the throughput on everything. Now what was cool is we found out Carrie's dirty weight loss secret, that got people excited enough to open an email and click, right? So what we did is we came back here now to the landing page, and we changed the headline that we had before to find out what Carrie's dirty little weight loss secret is, and guess what? This shot up. More people opted in. And then the headline of this is like, hey, this product's going to teach you Carrie's dirty little weight loss trick, and conversions went up there. So you can learn these little things along the way that you can take back and you find out this subject line works best, let's move that throughout the entire funnel. So his question was, if you find out email subject line works better or worse, how long do you wait to repeat the campaign? The reality is, as soon as Brent tells me I can try again, because it's not like we're buying $5,000 ads. He's like, you don't get another one this month. I'm like, all right. And the next month, can I try again? Yeah, you can try it. That's part of it. The reality is, like, especially if I know this from like doing joint ventures and stuff. I can send an email to my list promoting a product. I can send an email the next day promoting a product and get just as much or more money the second day as I did the first day. So you could, if you can just write the check a couple times, you could do it really, really quick and easy. I don't think the saturation happens that nearly. I mean, we did Dr. Suzanne's list we did for Neurocell, and we did it once and it crushed it. We did like a week later and it crushed it again. So like you can usually do it pretty quick. People's attention span is really short, especially if you're tweaking the subject line. Different people are going to respond. Some people, it's just, email is interesting because none of us read all of our emails every single day. So everyone that's getting it, there's only a fraction of people that get it every day anyway, and you're always hitting different people in different times, and it'll usually work multiple times before it stops working. So that's a great question. Okay, so that's some email stuff, and again, we'll get in the funnel part of this tomorrow, which will be really fun. But that's some of the core first thing, which is email.